financial markets hinge on trust.
Exactly
And
right, Dave.
if trust is under siege throughout the West, then it begs the question of, is this what I've been calling the great disconnect sustainable? And by the great disconnect, I mean this divergence between extremely frothy financial markets and the actual underlying fundamentals of Western society. Is that, can that continue?
Well, this idea of trust, Dave, is so important. I've done two presentations in the last 6 months or so. The first one I did last year was all about trust and the erosion of trust and how important it is. And the second one we'll come on to, I think, in a little while, called "Who Are You?", which is all about a very basic question that investors have to ask themselves. And these are fundamental underpinnings of markets. As you say, trust is at the root of not just financial markets. Trust is at the root of money. The word credit comes from credere, the Latin of to believe. So everything is trust-based, not faith-based, but trust-based. And unfortunately, when you lose that trust, when you lose your trust in the government, you lose your trust in the media, when you lose your trust in money, that chips away at the foundations of society.
When you lose your trust in the Secret Service, for example.
Right, right, exactly right. And there's only so long you can lose trust in your own lying eyes until you finally decide, hang on a minute, something doesn't ring true here. And once that trust is gone, it's not irreparable, but it takes an awful lot to restore it. And what it needs in the case of the government or the media is such a big ask at this point in the cycle that I don't think it's possible to regain the public trust without us going through this kind of Neil Howe fourth turning reset.
So glad you brought that up.
Yeah, yeah, because I think that's where we are, and people will likely disagree with that, I'm sure. But that book, to me, is one of the most important things for anybody to read, particularly right now, in terms of understanding at least one framework, one lens through which to look at the place we're in, and to get some kind of comfort that we have been here before. This is not an original situation. It changes around the edges, but the underpinnings of what we're going through have happened many times before.